I think that real estate wholesaling is one of the best business models out there for a complete beginner to go out there and be able to generate tens of thousands of dollars very quickly. But inside today's video, I'm going to talk about why I hate the business model of real estate wholesaling. Hey, what's going on everyone? Devin up here, back at you with a brand new video, and I want to set this really clear inside of today's video is I'm super grateful for what real estate wholesaling has provided for me and kind of like what it set up for me to be able to do inside of my lifetime. I've been able to help hundreds, if not thousands of people on the business just off of this YouTube channel by being able to talk about the business model and helping people get into it. I've also been able to make tens of thousands of dollars while I was in school, and it was able to kind of like help switch my path in as far as like a career sense, from going from working maybe possibly in the future a 9-to-5 job to being able to do whatever I want every single day. But there was something that I came across pretty quickly after getting into the business, and this was after I closed a few deals and we started to have some problems in the business, and I realized like one of the biggest key things about the business that kind of makes it a little bit tough. And the fact is that once you close a deal, you almost in a sense have to kind of just turn the wheels and start back over again to be able to close the next deal and the next one. And yes, there's a common debate for all this, and I have an answer, like a rebuttal to this as well, like a solution to only being able to close deals every once in a while or being able to consistently be able to close deals. But the thing is that there's really no recurring revenue or passive income or residual income that you can build up inside the business model unless you do something else on top of it. And that was one of the biggest problems for me. It was after I closed a few deals and then kind of life hit me because I dropped out of college, and instead of like living in a dorm, having my parents being able to help me pay for college and everything, which I paid a large portion of that as well, but I decided to go move out on my own and decided to start paying bills and everything. And the one thing that is recurring in everybody's life is the expenses that you have. You always have to buy food, you always have to pay for rent, you always have different expenses, and when you run a business, you have like different like software costs that comes with it, or different marketing costs, and it just all adds up. And the one thing that wasn't recurring or isn't recurring is the wholesaling business model until you built up a whole team around it. And that was one of the big problems that I've realized. And that kind of made me switch paths a little bit. I kind of had to reevaluate. I was like, wait a second, even though, yeah, I can make $10,000, $20,000 or $30,000 in a month, but there's no guarantee that will happen next month. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a big fan of having to completely start from scratch over and over again every single month. Yeah, obviously, if you build it up and you have enough marketing that just consistently goes out there and you keep doing that over and over again, yeah, you can keep closing more deals. But what happens if that marketing stream just completely stops, turns on an end, and then you aren't able to close more deals because that marketing stream doesn't work anymore? And if you don't diversify, then you kind of set yourself up for failure in the future. You need to think more long term and thinking kind of the more longevity side of things. And so that kind of, I had to wrap my brain around that. And that's where I came across, if you guys are like an OG subscriber, back like almost a year ago, I started trying to do like social media marketing, or I tried doing like Shopify dropshipping. I tried some of these more like online business models while I was wholesaling houses, just so that way I could have a recurring revenue that I could keep having come in, whether or not I was putting in the same amount of work, and then on top of that be able to wholesale deals. So have kind of like a baseline that covers all of these different expenses that I have, and then on top of that being able to reinvest 100% of what I make inside the wholesaling business, because the more that you take from the checks that you close, the harder it is to keep the business flowing, keep the business moving forward. And this was also a big mistake that I made. I was trying to fix this problem in my life, but it was a mistake within it that it was kind of like within the silver linings that I didn't understand until a little bit later. And that was the matter of fact of I had these like split paths of different focuses that I had. I had the wholesaling business, social media marketing agency, two completely different paths to head down, and it was very hard to grow both at the same time. And like, I was getting paid from social media, I was getting paid from wholesaling business, and so I was getting paid a little bit more from the wholesaling business, so I kind of quit doing the social media stuff. I wasn't enjoying working with clients as much, and we ran into those problems because I was trying to step away from that. I wasn't really getting what I wanted because it ended up being way more work than I anticipated, trying to do these split decisions. And that's kind of where we ended up today. There's one thing that I have done consistently that's kind of just set myself up that's been able to fix this problem for me that I kept running into. Just like, well, what happens at the end of the day if I lose the wholesaling business? I don't have any other income streams. And there's something that I did every single day building up to, like I said, today, that it's been able to kind of just in the back end be able to pay all my bills, and then now I'm able to give a little bit more time and attention towards the wholesaling business, or at least when deals close, I can reinvest fully, and that is this YouTube channel that I have here. I actually wasn't making any money off of this YouTube channel for almost an entire year. I started this channel on January 1st, 2018, and I just kept making videos just trying to help people out. I started creating some courses that made me some income, help pay for the bills a little bit. And then it just started to get to a point where I started getting ad revenue from the channel. I get different like affiliate products that I promote that I use inside of my own wholesaling business, and I really recommend for people to use. That pays me out as well. On top of that, I also have like the courses. And these 3 different income streams I was able to create, so that way I have a residual income stream on top of the wholesaling business that's able to just supplement, like fuel my lifestyle, and it grows on its own, and it's more like evergreen content once I've put that content out there. Like I just had yesterday, it was like $3.50 commission that I had for something I haven't promoted for, I want to say it's been like 6 or 8 months, and I've only talked about it like once ever. And I know that's not really much money, but the point that I'm making is that I put out one piece of content a long time ago, and I'm still making money from it. And the more that I keep building up this content, the more residual income that I build up. And as time goes on, this evergreen content grows on its own and kind of fuels itself, and it fuels the fire. And that's the one thing that wholesaling doesn't really truly provide. If you send out marketing and let's say you close 2 or 3 deals off of it, you got to send out new marketing to be able to reignite the flame from the leads. Like you have to get more new leads. You can't just keep reusing the same leads. Yeah, you can kind of milk them a little bit, follow up, and go back to your database. But over time, it just gets to the point where, yeah, maybe you'll close 1 or 2 more deals from it, but you have to keep bringing in new leads into the business in order to sustain the growth of it. It's not something that grows on its own. And like I said, that was one of the big problems that I had. So yes, like obviously wholesaling is one of the best business models out there. If you need to make a quick 10 grand, wholesaling was one of the best ones out there. But for those of you getting started, I really recommend that either you already have some sort of like residual passive income coming in, or you just go get a job. You work a job and have that kind of fuel your lifestyle, and have the ability to completely just reinvest everything that you make from your wholesaling business back into the business, so that way you can keep getting more success and have more results as time goes on. And then once it gets to the point where it's just super consistent, you just know that like it's a basic guarantee that you're going to close 5 deals this month, then maybe just lean off of that job a little bit. Or if it's passive income that you built up like I have, then it kind of just keeps growing on itself over time. And other ways of doing this, like you don't have to do like me and be super creative and try to make YouTube videos every single day and come up with these different products, be building relationships with different companies for affiliate products. What you could do is maybe you close a real estate wholesale deal and buy a rental property. Or another option as well, instead of buying a rental property, maybe you can invest in stocks and just reinvest the dividends and whatnot. It's just, at the end of the day, it's difficult to start like a new business every single month, which is how kind of one-time fees work. If you're selling something high ticket or doing assignment fees, it's just you close those deals. Yeah, it can be a lot of money, but there's no guarantee that'll happen next month. And the best way to kind of fill in and close those gaps, let's say that just 1 month just doesn't work out too well and you have a lot of bills to pay, softwares, all these different expenses, if you have something to fall back on, something residual, something passive that you can fall back on, at least as a minimum, even if it's just like a couple of grand, that helps so much more than just pulling out of that checking account from your wholesaling business, which isn't the best idea from my personal experience. So like I said, just get a job, build up passive income. Those are the two options while you do the wholesaling business. And the wholesaling business is one of those things that it's just a lot of cash very quickly. It's just a matter of the problem that I hate. The thing that I have against real estate wholesaling is it's not residual. It's a one-time thing. It's said and done, and it's just you have to start over and over again, I feel like, at the beginning until you have an automated system fully installed, and that takes some time to build out. So anyways, like I said, I love real estate wholesaling. I've created so many videos on this channel. I just figured I had to come up with some sort of negative, a problem that I've ran into, and I wanted to really try to help you guys outside of here. If you haven't already, go check out this video right here. Highly recommend it, especially if you haven't closed your first wholesale deal. I'm going to break it all down inside of there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Like always, like and subscribe. Peace.